welcome to today's video, and if you are new to the channel and new to cryptocurrency, this is a great video. So if you are new, hit that subscribe button and press that bell button. Also, leave a like. If we get 500 likes, I will do a random draw and you can win 0.25 Ethereum in the next following video. Now, you can probably hear some background noise. It's rather wet. I'm going to show you something. This, everyone, is the UK. Absolutely awful. So yeah, let's start. I'll see you in a sec. So let's talk about investing guide. This could be something that you've searched for on YouTube and you've got me. Oh, lucky, my friend. Now, I'm an investor. I've been investing for a while, and I've also invested in other assets before I got into crypto. So I'm not one of those plebs on YouTube that is telling you to do this, that, and the other, and have no idea how emotionally torn you're going to be between coins and how to do things. So first things first, on the screen, that is my profile on TradingView. You can copy it, you can do whatever the hell you want. This is just my ideas. These are never 100% right. This is just kind of my thoughts. I put my thoughts out there to my premium group, which is a link in below. And this is how I do it, just to kind of publish it. I've just started publishing it on my premium account. I should have done it ages ago, but I've not really done it. But yeah, here we go. So I talk openly about certain things. I mean, where we could be going, certain elements. Now, this is one that I want to mention is the old golden crossover. It's already happened, and a lot of people are getting quite excited about this because this is traditionally a very, very bullish signal. So if you're looking at buying Bitcoin, you know, and you've been buying all the way up from the 4K regions, you're probably on the right path. So congratulations if you've been doing that. So we're going to go through basic strategies of investing and something that you don't really learn all the time, which is mindset control. You've got to get over that. Basically, that is the hardest thing you're ever going to learn. Very, very easy to buy into TradingView. Very, very easy to put certain EMAs or certain elements of, you know, fundamental analysis in place. But the mindset is key. It's like, bloody heck, I'm losing money today. Oh my God, what's happening with my life? You've got to get over it. And you've got to set a set of rules. And the best thing you can do in investing is have a set of rules. So we're going to get a chart up and I want to talk about a few things now. I'm just going to go random. This is freelancing. We're just going to freestyle the whole shebang out of this. Now, obviously, there's some old charts, and I'm going to talk about Bitcoin first. Now, let's just get a nice little BTC chart up. Random Coinbase, that'll do. Let me just remove any lines that I've got. Now, this is a chart on the 6-hour time frame. I use Heikin-Ashi candles on the 6-hour. Doesn't matter what you use, but personally, I use a 6-hour to get the overall day of the chart. That's it, simple as that. So I know clear direction, we're going upwards. Hey. We're starting to top out though. We've topped out a little bit there, but we popped up again. So that you don't want to worry about as an investor. Investing, right, is a different mindset to trading, and you've got to shift that momentum. So you've got to make things a bit more simple. Remove every bit of junk on there and have some simple EMAs for clarity. But you need to understand that the longer the time frame you go, the easier things are. Simple as that. But the more mindset control and matter in that way is, you know, the thing you got to worry about. So I use 3 EMAs. These are traditionally what you find me using, and I'm going to write them down. I'm going to give you them. They're really, really easy, and this is a very, very easy way of investing. So I got the EMA 8, the EMA 21, and the EMA 55. They are my shorter term EMAs. Okay. If I trade off those mainly, but I'm going to give you something even simpler. So that's my method, and you can get my full method in live Zooms. You can get my full way of how I tune up my MACD and all that kind of good stuff. But it doesn't matter because I invest trade sort of thing. I invest for short periods of time, jump in and out like a yo-yo a little bit. But I'm going to go through it even simpler. So I'm going to remove those ones and we're going to add some different ones. We're going to remove the EMA 55, that one, and that one. Okay, the reason why we're going that because it is easier for you as an investor. Actually, we're just going to do them once. So if you want to be a betting man, the EMAs and the moving averages in my personal opinion, are the easiest way of investing using previous price movements. It's better clarity on the longer time frames. Now look at the daily time frame. It's really easy for me to say, well, you should be looking at buying into Bitcoin at the end of March. The EMA 200 was finally broken. I think that's the EMA 200. Let me just double check to make sure. That's the EMA, the EMA 100. So that is your first point of call. Now, that's the easiest way of doing it, if I've got to be perfectly honest with you. The EMA 100 and the EMA 200, once the prices cross above those, it's fair game. Basically, that's usually the easiest way of doing it. I mean simple. Historically, it's very, very simple. I'm going to go backwards in a minute. So, you can have just one of these lines on here. Now, I'm going to make them bigger and more bold and make them a bit more exciting to look at, so you can kind of see. I'm going to make this a bit lighter. I don't want it green. I'll have it there. A mustard yellow. So that's the EMA 100. And we'll make this one a bit thicker as well. And we'll make this one a bit more pinky. There we go. Cushy. So, looks a bit more exciting now. Now, why am I saying this? This traditionally works. You just need a lot of patience and a lot of mindset control to wait for it to happen. Now, let's go back in time. Boom, boom. Right, so, now, you're going to see something here quite obvious. Why would you want to wait for it to go all the way down there to sell? Well, you wouldn't. You'd sell up here. Use your noggin. So, if you look historically, we crossed over around this point here. June 2016. We were on it for ages. Sideways. But boom. Historically, this works very well. And I'm going to show you on other time frames and other kind of coins as well. It is just a very good long parameter rule. And you should use it. The trend is your friend. Now, there's 3 E's when it comes to investing: education, experience, excess cash. Simple as that. You need the money to do it, you need the experience, and you also need to know how to do it. This is your grounding education. This is number 1. How to buy in a trend. What asset class am I buying? All that good stuff. You need to do your research. You don't want to just buy a random coin, but also you don't want to get attached to it. An investment is an investment. Who cares? It's going to make you money. Do you care if it's a bit rubbish? Yeah. People who hold certain coins, they are utter garbage, but they may have made someone a couple of $1 million in the last bull run. So, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So you don't get attached. Don't get offended if someone says it's crap. I often try and test people in my group by saying, your investment's crap. And most often than not, they've bought at the wrong point or they've held onto it for a long time. And they've lost money. So, let's go back to this. Let's zoom in again. Right, let's zoom in a bit further. Now, why am I saying all this? And why does it look really obvious? And why are people not looking at this more often? The EMA 200 on the daily time frame is a fantastic way to understanding the trend. Historically, when you're above it for a long time. A lot longer. Because it's a moving average of 200 days price action over a daily time frame. So it's got a lot of wiggle room, basically. It works. And yeah, the biggest problem you got is mindset control. I'm going to look at this, right? So, the reason why I'm going to look at this area here is because you're going to get mindset control. You're going to get, this is where the mindset control comes in. And I want you to take special note of this. So, we cross over here. Now, we're on Heikin-Ashi candles, a little bit different. It's working on moving averages of candles, opening and closing. That's why I use them, because of trend analysis. It's easier for me. People would have bought at this top area. This is like 5.253. The next day, the low of that candle was 4.7. People would be flapping if you were playing around with leverage or if you were on margin trading, whatever. But as an investor, you just got to be patient. And over time, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, 7, 8, 9, about 10 days where you're at this top here. Maybe a bit longer at certain points. So, mindset control is key. Get your entry correct and know what you're doing. Have a lot of wiggle room. Now, stop losses. Investing is a bit different. You don't really need stop losses. But if you've got a crash element to your brain where you're thinking, this is going really wrong, I don't want to do this, yeah, have a stop loss below the EMA 200 if you can. Yes, it's a big drop, but ultimately it's better than it dropping down to stupid levels, because it could have happened, you just do not know. So again, if you wanted an earlier entry, you could have went on the EMA 100. Historically, again, it works pretty well. You can kind of gather. Now, looking at this here, this acts as resistance. Fail. Yeah. See what I mean? And then finally pop. So there's always a degree of support and resistance when it looks at this method. Now that's it. That's as simple as it is. Now let's look at the altcoins. Okay. Let's look at Ethereum, BTC. Don't look at Ethereum USD because it's pointless unless you're playing with margin trading. The exact same method, right? What do you see? Well, you see a lot of it in downtrends. Now uptrend, boom, sell somewhere. Downtrend, people buy these. I don't know why they do it. They just look at Ethereum and go, oh, it's an investment opportunity, I want to buy it. Even still, look at it. That purple line is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. So remember, purple line, moving average 200. Okay, that is your guide. It's a moving average 200, sorry. It's your guideline. Or if you want to be a bit faster, use that. And you can also speed it up on different time frames as well. You can just use a different time frame if you want to. But simple as that is, you're not buying Ethereum right now. Because look at it, it's below this. Once it's above this, you can start considering it. But it's going to keep trickling down. So this region here, you can see here, it went above it for a little bit and it rejected below it. It tested it, rejected it, tested it, rejected it, and then we're going down. So mindset control is absolutely key. You want to wait for clear direction of this turning round and retest it and breaking above it and then holding the support. So what you want is kind of like this, but not with the rejection, if that makes sense. So you want it to break above it, you want it to come down, test it, but hold. And then you want it to carry on going like that. Then you start looking at entering. It's safer. If it comes off and it fails, it fails. It's just one of those things. But you've got to look at these regions here. If I just zoom right in, obviously historically, bang. I don't know what happened there. That was a bit crazy. But ultimately, you're above the trend. If I can zoom in a little bit. We go below the trend, you don't want to buy. Oh, cool, we're doing well. Oh, we're in. Whee! That there doesn't look like a lot of moves, right? From this period here, but it's monumental moves. It doesn't look as good. So that's Ethereum, and let's look at XRP, because why not? It's easy. Another one, XRP, look at the state of it. Now, I'm going to go to the 12-hour. Again, you can use this on any time frame you want. And again, it just depends on your area of expertise. We pop up above, we flew on that one, that would not be an entry, but you could have entered on this region here on support. Always look for support. This is why pullbacks are crazily good. Everyone has this investment mindset of, oh my god, I've missed the boat. You've not missed the boat at all. You've got to think fundamentals. Is it a good investment because of X, Y, and Z? Is it in a trend? Is it going to make me money? Even if it makes you a little bit of money, get out at profit. Investing in crypto is different to investing in traditional markets. One, you don't need to hold it as long because it's already matured quickly compared to the traditional stocks. You're going to get some crazy moves. Now look at this here, right? This is an absolute explosion. You can bet your bottom dollar. This is a 12-hour time frame. People would have FOMO'd on this, and I remember this happening. It was absolutely monumental. This is when X Rapid went live. It was crazy. But it pulled back nicely, and then it went again. If you were seeing this, you just got to be patient. As an investor, you got to be going, wow, that's amazing. Let's see what happened at the next big support. The next big support was actually the EMA 100. And it held. It went all the way down to this crossover and held. You would be looking at clear direction and looking at entering this. And you'd have a stop loss just below it. You're thinking, well, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I don't care. I tried. It's all about risk and reward. You can't win if you're not playing the game. If you lose, you lose. Who cares? Now, I always say this with cryptocurrency. You don't have to have a stop loss, but I would personally have a stop loss if you are playing with money you do not want to lose, especially in a volatile market. Cryptocurrency fulfills that goal of a volatile market. You don't want to get caught out. You don't want to go bang, because it does drop like a stone in some cases. Now look at this, for example. You catch these up here. The novice trader would have bought up here. The pain would have been real. And it would have happened, I can guarantee, because people do buy these. It's never been higher than that since, in reality terms. I think it may have done. No, it hasn't. Not in BTC value anyways. It's crazy. So, it has been up there before. We know that. But historically, you need to wait. Patience is key. So, this here, right, entry, even up to here, to this point of you buying. Now, one thing to mention as well, if it drops like this, you never sell unless it closes, especially on a longer time frame. Look at it. Woo! Ooh, that's a rough day. Oh, it's okay, it's recovered. Ooh, that's a rough day. Oh, it's okay, it's recovered. Wait for closure. So look at this region here, right? You could have entered on this region here where it's like, oh, clear direction, cool. Bit rough on this day, but it goes to the trend line. Look at the swings on it. It's crazy. It's huge. Now that's on 82 days. You could have got a nice 40% profit. It's crazy when you think about it. So use these supports. Now that is just one method. Okay, the EMA 100 or either EMA or moving average 100. You can use that, or the EMA or moving average 200. Personally, I would use this if you are looking to be an investor. It's really, really easy. Now I mentioned bad coins. TRX, it's a coin that I don't really rate. I don't think it's that good. Again, if you just go to the daily time frame or even the 6 hour, you can see the same methods. The same methods work throughout as a trend. But you got to look at these little dip areas here. This is where people panic. Mindset control is everything. If you know what you're doing as an investor and you're looking parametrically, basically at this, I can't get my words out. This line here, you're okay. As daft as it sounds, you're okay. Even these massive cataclysmic drops, and these are big drops by the way. So close to bottom, within a couple of hours, I say a couple of hours, 4 days, 22% swing. Now a lot of people will be questioning this video going, well, why don't you trade those swings? Investment and trading is totally different. There's chalk and cheese are totally different. So my method is simple. I buy in the trend, I sell at the top. I make money. As simple as that. Look at it. It pops, it comes down, support, entry point. 113% in 70 days. Now I know everyone's going to go, well, that's really easy. You've just done that on previous history. But let's just zoom in. You do not know what's going to happen long term until it crosses that line. It may cross here, it may cross here, it may cross anywhere, it may keep going. We don't know. It's the beauty of investing, you just don't know. Research is key. Using the trend is key. Hype, fundamentals, all that kind of good stuff that allows a coin to grow with development is key. Now, let me just zoom in on this region here. Why entry is important on this. Now look at it. It's simple. It popped, it held a support, it held. That's your entry point. It looks really sad to say that, but the reason why it's an entry point is because you've got an exit plan with it. An exit plan with an investment strategy is key. Now I know this is quite random, this video, but this is kind of how I teach. Look at this for an example, right? A long position. You buy on this region here where it's, yes, it's indecisive at the minute on the 6 hour. We're looking 6 hour because it's a bit closer. This is the exact same method you use on the daily, the 3 daily, the weekly, if you so wish to, using the exact same method. You never catch it on the tops. It's stretched, it's overstretched, it's going to come down. Always does. Because that is a huge move. Retracements always happen. If you are long on here, and you have a stop loss below there, would you be happy with a 5% loss for a potential reward of whatever the hell you want in reality? That's how I look at investing. Always have an exit plan. And that there is your exit plan. This here. If it falls below there and closes, get out. Come back another day, because if I look right and we keep following it up, look what happens when it goes below it. It gets incredibly ugly very, very fast, and it keeps going down. It keeps going down. Now people are buying TRX in these regions. For some reason they're buying it. It popped up a little bit. I drew something now. It's up. Didn't carry on though. But you got an exit plan. Even if you entered on this area here and it popped up like that for a bit and then it rejected and you've seen it come down, you was like, oh, this is getting quite ropey. Just get out. Simple. Don't be fooled into a false sense of security. Look at it. Rejection. Rejection. Oh, rejection. So there you go. Investing 101. It is very, very straightforward. Personally, I recommend using the longer time frames if you're new to this industry. Certainly makes it easier. Now look at this. This is Bitcoin on the 6-hour time frame. We've been trending up on the 6-hour for a long time. You could have got out there at a bit of a profit and waited for it to go again. It went again, obviously. You know, there's different methods you can use. Personally, I would have been in. I would have actually probably held on to that because you're in huge profit. If it dropped below there, you'd probably get out, if I was being honest. And yeah, because I've been holding them from all the way down here with my Bitcoin. Actually, to be fair, I've been holding since 2016, so it'll be different for me. Either way, though, I've taken profit either way, so it's always good. And now we're above it again. It's crazy. Daily time frame. This is where the difference is. 3 daily. Again, you could have bought on the 3 daily and not have to worry about anything. At 7,300. So there you go. Look at investing on the longer time frames using 2 very simple EMAs or moving averages, the 100 and the 200. Look at it. It is obvious. It looks obvious because it's telling you when to buy and when to sell, or when not to buy, essentially. If you were looking at buying cryptocurrency and you were looking at these areas here, you'd be like, oh my god, it's high. So wait for the pullback. Not everyone knows that. Again, you're looking at these regions here. I would be not long in this at the minute on leverage platforms because I think it's overstretched. I think we will come down. What goes up comes down. What goes up comes down. What goes up comes down. What goes up? Something's missing now. It's going to come down every time. So EMA 100 is one confirmation. You can start laddering in your positions. Trickle it in. And then when it starts going above this and holds a support, buy a bit more. Add to it. And then off you go. That's how you do it. That's how you invest. Likewise, if you are below these EMAs, you do not want to buy unless you are trading on the shorter time frames to catch these bounces. Long-term investment, you do not want to touch this until it goes over here. That's my rule. That's my rule of thumb. That's how I do it. Because look what happens. Bang. Again. Bang. Again. Bang. Boom. The bottom. Start again. So there you go. Simple. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up. That is a very, 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 very simple investment guide. It's telling you literally the trend. Literally the trend. Do you want to be buying it for it to go up? Or more likely to go up? Or do you want to buy it for it to go down? Personally, I'd rather buy it to go up than go down. People were buying the Bitcoin in these regions when it's coming down. I don't see the point.